Okay, so here we go with the math assignment for today. It's not that bad. We are dealing with perimeter today, and if my students remember, we said perimeter is the outside of the shape, the outline of the shape. Remember, area was inside, perimeter is the outside of the shape. So remember, if you look at my screen, the outside of the shape. So when we find perimeter, we add all the sides together. So one side, we add that side, then we add that side, then we add that side, and then we add that side, and that's how we figure out our perimeter. So with that being said, make sure you're on your class pages, make sure you're on math, make sure you're on week 1. Once you're on here, then you can scroll on down to find your week 1 assignment 3. And here we go. Assignment 3. As always, you have your Khan Academy video. When you click on it, when you click on it, it's going to bring you to your video. Please make sure you watch it. It's just a reminder on how to do perimeter by adding the sides all together, how to find a missing side to find out the perimeter, all of that. So please watch it and do the practice problems that they give you. Once you do all of that, go back to your Power School and do your assignment. So your assignment involves room designing, because we all know that perimeter has to do with the sides and parts of a room all along the lines. So it says room design. Mr. Nelson is redesigning his living room. He would like to choose a new rug to place in the doorway of the room. 3 possible rugs are shown. Each rug will have a strip of fringe along the side. So here's the picture. Now, to make things easier for me to explain it, I'm going to go to this. I made the document much bigger so you can see and so that you can type in it. So I sent this to your parents, so make sure you get it. As always, put your name. Then what I need you to do, of course, I get pop-ups all the time. Let me exit out of those. So you're going to look at these 3 rug designs and you're going to answer the questions that go along. Now remember, to find the perimeter of something, you need to add the sides all together. But if you're missing a side, you need to find out what that side is in order to complete the problem. Now remember, Khan Academy has a video that will show you how to do it, but I also will explain how to do it. Now, for question 1, it says for rug A, which is right here, how long will the strip of fringe be along the missing length? So we don't know what this is because there's an X there. We know that this side is 18, this side is 18, and we know that the perimeter altogether equals 51. So if we already know the perimeter and we already know these 2 sides, we can easily find the missing side. And whatever the missing side is going to be your answer for this part. So again, you're going to add 18 plus 18. Once you get 18 plus 18, you're going to get your answer. Once you get your answer, you're going to take 51 and then you're going to minus your answer. Once you minus your answer, then that will be your final answer. So again, I'm going to show you on paper real quick so you see what I mean. So if we have the rug A, it said that one side was 18, another side was 18. This side we don't know, but we know that the perimeter is 51 inches. Okay, so to find this answer, to find this missing number, first we got to add 18 plus 18. So in your math notebook, you could do all this, just like I'm doing. Add 18 plus 18. Once you get your answer, and I'm not going to do it for you, but once you get that answer, you're not done yet. This answer is not this answer, so don't do that. 18 plus 18, again, it's hard to see with my camera. 18 plus 18, get your answer. Once you get your answer, now you have to subtract this answer with this. So now you're doing 51 minus whatever this answer was. Subtract it. Once you subtract it, you'll get your final answer, and your final answer is what goes over here. Again, you're adding 18 plus 18, get your answer. Once you get your answer for 18 plus 18, take your 51 and subtract 51 minus whatever you got for 18 plus 18. 51 minus that answer will give you your final answer, which is your missing number, and that's your answer for question 1. Okay? Next, you're doing the same thing, but for rug B. Let me scroll down. So it's saying, what would be the answer for this one with your missing number? This time you have a lot more numbers. So I'm going to quickly draw 11 inches, 13 inches, 13 inches, but we don't know what this one is. But we do know that the perimeter is 57. So once again, this time we need to add this number, and this number. So 13, Kiki's snoring again. 13 plus 11 plus 13. Add those numbers together. 3 plus 1 plus 3 more. Put your answer and then all those numbers. Once you get your answer, you're not done yet. This is not your answer. Remember, now you have to take 57 minus this number. And then you get your final answer, which is this number right here. And then you can tell me what that number is. Okay, so again, add 13 plus 11 plus 13. Get that answer and take the perimeter and subtract it. 57 minus your answer, and they will give you a new answer. And that's the answer that goes right here. And you would write that number below. Next. All right, so part 3, question number 3 has 2 parts, so make sure you do both of the parts. It says Mr. Nelson chooses the design with the greatest perimeter of all, so the bigger number. But before that, we can't do that until we figure out what rug C's perimeter is. Now look at rug C, it's missing 2 parts, but we've done this in class because we said whenever there's a rectangle or a square, they have equal sides, so we know that if this is 18, that means this side is also what? 18. If this side is 11, then we know this side is automatically 11 because they're both the same size. They're both the same length. So now that we know that, all we have to do is add all those sides together and we get that perimeter. So I'm going to flip back to my notebook, and again, you're going to do this in your math notebook too, so you get your answer. I'm going to draw a rectangle. I'm going to write the numbers they say, 18 inches, then I have 11 inches. And then remember, this part is missing and this part is missing, but it's not hard. Remember, if this is 18, that means this is 18. If this is 11, that's 11. Now, how do we find the perimeter? we add all the sides. So 18 plus 18 plus 11 plus 11. You can line it up like this, or you could break it down any way you want to. But once you add all those together, your answer will be your perimeter. Remember, P equals and then your answer. Now, so part B for that question. So part A says, what is the perimeter? And explain. So you would write the perimeter is and tell me what the perimeter, and then you have to explain, how did you get that? To get my answer, I knew that 11 had the other side for 11 was 11, and 8 had another side for 8, and then I had to add all those together. So explain how you got your answer. Then when you're done is the final question, and it says, which design did Mr. Nelson choose? And remember, we're looking for the greatest perimeter. If you look up here, this was 51, this was 57, and then once you figure out what this perimeter is, you can tell me which was the greatest. Was it rug C, rug B, or rug A? But first you have to find rug C to figure out who had the biggest perimeter and which one he would choose. And then you would tell me down below which one had the biggest perimeter. And that's it. And that's your assignment for math. I will send this to your parents, this document, so please be sure to do that. Bye, guys.